Hey everyone! Today we're taking a look at some of the things that will help you level up your character a little bit faster when playing through the Divisions 2 story. Now, if you don't really care about stuff like this and you just want to take your time and enjoy the game and all that stuff, be my guest. You know, more power to you. I'll be back tomorrow with another video. But I imagine that there are also a lot of players like myself who are all about that end game. And the way I see it, you know, I can always come back and replay the story at another time, maybe after a few months after, you know, I've done everything else with the game. But there will never be another launch week where everybody is still trying to figure out how the game works, trying to get that new build that no one else has discovered yet. So that's what I really like to do. And to be able to do that the proper way, I sort of have to go through the story at a decent pace. So I've got this whole strategy laid out of how to go through the story in the most efficient way, so to speak. So yeah, let's get to it. The first tip that I have for everybody, the very first thing that you want to do is to go to the quartermaster in the base of operations. You can find him right on your left when you go through the main entrance, and talk to him and unlock some XP bonus perks. It's basically the first icon on the third row on the perks tab. And these perks will give you some experience bonuses when doing specific things in the game. We've got one for headshot kills, for multi-kills, for hitting weak points, that sort of stuff. Even for staying alive a long time, either alone or in a group, will give you bonus experience while playing. And I will be honest though, these bonuses aren't a crazy amount of experience, but unlocking these right from the start is surely going to give you an extra level or two by the time that you reach the end of the story. You might as well pick them up. Now, unfortunately, when you arrive at the base of operations for the very first time, the game actually forces you to buy other stuff, to get other stuff as part of a tutorial, I guess. So you can't pick all of them up right from the get-go, but just keep in mind that as soon as you get some shade tech, you want to head back to the base of operations and then get these. So, I don't know, go to the settlement, do the first storyline mission, and then come back to the quartermaster and buy these. But yeah, with that out of the way, it's time to talk about the missions in this game a little bit and how much experience each different mission type gives you. Because actually the order in which you complete the missions in this game is going to have a very big impact on how fast you will level up. It sounds a bit weird, but let me explain. I'd say that in the Division 2 there are 3 types of activities. There are more, but I mean, I'm just putting all the activities in the game into 3 boxes for now. First up, you have the main missions, the big storyline missions, so to speak, and they have this big turquoise double hexagon as a logo on the map. That's how you know it's the main mission. Then you have side missions, which also have a turquoise logo on the map, but these are much smaller, and they're also pentagons, not hexagons. And it will also say side mission underneath it if you hover over it. So that's how you know it's a side mission. And then there is all the other stuff in the game. Basically the open world stuff, the control points, the saving hostages, the petty side activities that basically act like filler in the game, that sort of stuff. Now, it's important to keep these 3 types of activities separated because the XP rewards for each of these mission types is a lot different, and that's going to be important to keep in mind while leveling up. The main missions, for example, they always give you the same experience no matter what. At a certain point when you're playing the game, you'll unlock these missions when you go to a settlement or something, and then these missions have a certain level requirement, and you can either do them earlier, you can do them when you're the required level, or you can do them much later, but no matter when you do them, they will always give you the same amount of experience. So Jefferson Trade Center always gives 4,950 experience. And this mission, for example, always gives you 9,750 experience. Now, why do these differ? Well, that's because Jefferson Trade Center has NPCs that are level 4. And this one, the Viewpoint one, has enemies that are level 6. And sure, if you level up your character past those levels, the NPCs will skill up with you as well. So right here, for example, I'm a level 7 character, and we go to Jefferson Trade Center, which is usually level 4, but because we're level 7, the enemies turned level 5. I think that enemies are never more than 2 levels below you, if I have it right. But then, even though I'm playing a level 5 mission, when I completed this storyline mission, it still gave me the exact same amount of experience, 4,950. Now, it's important to keep that in mind because the side missions, they work in a very different way. The side missions, they actually always scale up with the player. I guess the main missions also do, but the side missions, they scale up to the exact level that the player is. So if you're a level 4 player and you do side missions, well, that side missions will not also have NPCs that are level 4. But if you do that same side mission when you're level 7, then NPCs are also level 7. And the thing is that with these side missions, the reward that you get for completing those actually goes up as well if you do them at a higher level. Side missions will always give you exactly 33% of the total experience that you need to level up. And the open world stuff, the last category of missions, so to speak, they work much in the same way. The open world stuff also scales with the player level and also gives experience based on at what level you complete it. However, for these open world activities, it is much less than 33%. It's usually closer to 10%. So it's not too significant here. But if you look at this, if you sum it up, if you think about it for a second, something becomes obvious pretty fast. And that is that you want to save those side missions, which give you that fat 33% of your experience bar. You want to save those for later on in your playthrough. Because, yeah, leveling up early is not such a big deal. You don't need that much experience, so you just kill a couple of mobs. You don't need to do the side missions to level up. But once you get to level 26, level 27, and maybe all the way up to level 30, you're going to need a lot of experience to level up each time. And if you get a flat 33% of your level just because you have so many side missions left over that you can still do, well, that's going to be extremely helpful and potentially save you hours upon hours upon hours of running around the open world and saving hostages just to get the max level. I'm sure we've all been there with different games. Now, you might look at this and say, well, okay, sure, I need more experience when I get to higher levels, but as I get higher levels, I will also fight higher level NPCs for everything. And because I'm fighting higher level NPCs, I will also get more experience for killing those. Wouldn't it just be better to just level up as fast as possible so that I can fight higher level NPCs faster? And also, what about just replaying the main storyline missions? They seem to give a big chunk of experience each, so why not just play those on repeat? So yeah, okay, let's talk about both of those suggestions. First, the NPC thing. Sure, as you level up, you will fight higher level NPCs, and as you fight higher level NPCs, you get more experience for killing them. But the experience that you get for NPC kills, it scales far slower than the experience required to level up. For example, at level 2, I need 3,900 experience to level up to level 3. And then, you know, a normal red bar NPC gives me 25 experience if I kill him. So, if I wanted to level up just by killing red bar mobs, which obviously I'm never going to do, but if that was the case, I would have to kill 156 of them. But now, let's look at a level 7 situation. Because when I'm level 7, I need 25,650 experience to level up. But that same mob, this time at level 7 though, it only gives me 50 experience when I kill him. So that means that at level 7, I would already have to kill 513 to level up. Which is obviously a lot more than 156. And this scales up way, way more the more you get to the end game, where you're going to need hundreds of thousands of experience points just to level up. But where NPCs only give you like 100 experience per kill. So that's one argument that doesn't really work, I guess. And then the second one about replaying the storyline missions over and over and over again. I mean, you can do that, but the story missions actually do not give you any experience for completing them after you've already completed them once. Not even if you play those missions on hard mode. So then you might ask me, well, what's the point of hard mode then if hard mode still gives you the same amount of experience and if replaying the missions doesn't give you any experience for completing them? And well, the answer is that hard mode actually has a higher chance to drop better gear. But during the leveling process, you don't really care about gear, right? Because let's say you get a level 7 blue item, a few hours later you're going to be level 12, and then a level 12 green item is already going to be so much better. So then you still played on hard for no reason, because that item is now still useless. So that's why you don't really want to play on hard either. You just want to play the campaign story missions once, and you want to play them on the normal difficulty. So, that's a lot of information. So, what is the strategy to level up fast? Well, obviously, since the main missions always give you a set amount of experience, no matter at what level you complete them, it is best to do these as fast as possible. Whenever you have the opportunity to do a main mission, you want to take it. And it might even be worth to do these main missions when you're maybe 1 or 2 levels below the recommended level. because these missions will give you a big boost in experience early on, which then means that everything else in the game scales up faster and thus gives you more experience for completing the other things. Then, the second thing that you want to do, which I already talked about earlier in the video, is avoid as many of the side missions as possible and actually level up just doing the main missions and then doing open world activities if all the rest of the main missions are too high of a level for you. The things you can do are, I don't know, capturing control points, just going to the question marks on the map. That's all considered as open world activities. And you just want to try to kill as many NPCs as possible with these type of activities. That's why capturing control points especially are so good, because those usually cause a lot of NPCs to spawn. And as I mentioned earlier, leveling up from just killing NPCs is a lot faster when you're early at the game. So yeah, the first half of the game is you going to complete as many story missions as possible. And then when you can't complete the story missions, you use the open world activities to level up. And then once you get into the mid game, so to speak, once you get to level 16, 17, 18, 19, that's when you want to start doing those side missions with the fat 33% of your required experience to level up as a reward. And that's going to, it's going to cause your character to level up a little bit slower than everybody else at the beginning. You know, when your friends are going to be level 11 or level 12, you're still going to be sitting there at level 9. But then as soon as you guys hit the mid game, they're going to have a lot of trouble grinding for those last few levels, and you're just going to shoot straight to 30. That's basically the idea behind it. And at the end of the day, you've done the same content. It's just that the order in which you've done the content has allowed you to level up a lot faster. There is one thing though, one thing that you want to watch out for when doing the side missions, and that is that you never want to go and complete the side mission when you're about to level up. This is because the reward that you get for completing a side mission, as I said, it is 33% of the experience that you would need to level up, but it always takes your current level. So let's say you're level 5, right, and you're about to hit level 6, but you just completed the side mission, then you're going to get the experience as if you're level 5. So, you know, you're going into level 6 with the experience reward, but you're missing out on a lot of potential experience if you had just waited to level up to level 6. So my advice is that, you know, once you start doing those side missions, once you start getting into the mid to late game of the story mission, so to speak, you want to always do these side missions when you've just leveled up, when you still need a lot of experience to level up. You can even do them when you're still in the first half of your experience bar. You just never want to do a side mission and then complete it right as you're about to level up, because that's a wasted experience there, so to speak. Last up, I've got one more tip for you, and that is to not deconstruct all your trash gear all the time during the story. And yeah, I get it, you want to have as many crafting materials as possible for when you hit that end game, but during the story you'll actually run into these settlements, and these settlements, they all have different assignments for you. And a lot of these assignments, they require you to donate materials or even specific items like a backpack or a mask, which of course you can only do if you have spare backpacks or masks to give. So if you deconstructed all of those, then you cannot complete this. And usually you need to complete these at the end game anyway, because they give you blueprints that you might need. But if you do them while leveling up, they also give you a bit of bonus experience, which then helps you level up even faster. It takes like 20 seconds to donate the materials or the items, so you might as well do it while leveling up, right? And that's going to be all for this video. Before I end this though, I want to give like a little bit of a selfish shout out, I guess, because I want to let everybody know that I have my own Discord now. Which you can all join if you feel like it. It's mostly meant to be a place where we can just talk about the game and talk about builds or whatever as we move into the end game, or, you know, in the upcoming weeks. Maybe it's a place for you to find players to play with. I don't know. It's probably going to end up as some sort of failed social experiment anyway. But I at least wanted to give it a try, you know, give Discord a try. And for anybody that wants to join, there is a link in the description. But yeah, as always, I'll see you all later, or like they say in the Netherlands, zie je later.